Good day. I am in the Windermere area of Edmonton and heading down a path towards the river. Guess what river? You guessed right, North Saskatchewan. I'm on the other side of the river today though. And was just looking for somewhere a little bit different to walk, and there seems to be some trails through this area. I'm currently kind of cautiously going down a hill here. It is minus 16. Wind chill is minus 24. So I've donned the parka and hood and everything. Keep the cold away. So we'll see how this all works out. This doesn't look like it's a maintained path per se. Lots of people here though in the past, so the trail is well packed down. I'm not sure what the distance will be, but we shall see. That's the weirdest candy cane ever. Obviously some kind of vent for something. Well, this path just brought me down to the river. That bridge over there is the Anthony Henday going over the river on the southwest portion of it. River sure gets chunky here when it freezes. Well, we'll just head back up the hill again and find a different path to go down. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a bust. Found another path that is going parallel with the river. I think there's a pretty much unmarked trail, so I'm just kind of winging it right now. I skipped my walk yesterday to give my body a rest. That's the excuse I'm using anyways. It was more so that I was depressed that my vacation is coming to an end already. Always the fastest weeks of the year are the ones when you're on vacation. Now this kind of looks like private property. There isn't a no trespassing sign, so that's what I'm going to go by. It's kind of a stumbly trail for me. Okay, this trail looks like it takes us into the golf course, which I think is the Windermere golf course. Okay, so I'm at the 13th hole, right next to the river here. Coyotes. 2 today. They see me, but they keep on going. I actually golfed this golf course once, many years ago. This was one of those experiences where I learned that I am not a golfer. Not sure I'll be able to make a loop around here, or if I'll have to come back on the same trail, but whatever. The wind is in my face right now, so at least on the way back it should feel warmer. Not sure what my DJI thing gets focused on, but sometimes it seems to have a mind of its own on what it wants to view. Like right now, it's decided it needs to look at the ground. I appear to be in Coyote Central. Another one darted out from the trees and then ran back in again. I got my walking stick, so if I need to beat one off of me, I can. Again, my paranoia of seeing coyotes might be somewhat exaggerated or unfounded. Certainly not the easiest path to walk on. Looks like there's only been one person and one bike out here. Eighteenth hole. I always wondered about the value of fur on a hood, but even though this is fake fur, it certainly seems to absorb a lot of the wind. Keeps it off my face. Boy, this gimbal is really floaty today. Cold weather must be getting to it for some reason, other than it's cold. Trip, peace and quiet quota, and isolation, or not so much isolation, but I am a singularity out here. He is 100%. The only noise is me stumbling around and the wind whistling through the trees. Another view of the North Saskatchewan. Look how chunky it got. Probably because of freeze and thaw. But that would not be a smooth walk across there at all. This trail has gotten kind of iffy to walk on. It's kind of narrow, but I'm doing it. I'm sure this isn't a prescribed or authorized method of travel through this golf course, because I think it is a private golf course. But nobody seems to be here policing it, right? So, freedom! What is it with coyotes around here? Just can't seem to get away from them. This one's wondering what I'm doing, I'm sure. Well, I found the main road through here. This probably would have been easier to walk on to start out with. It wasn't obvious when I first got on the trail. So I've only done about 2 kilometers so far, so I'm going to carry on a little bit further. And I'm sure this will take me to the clubhouse, but if I'm not supposed to be here, I'm sure I don't want to be at the clubhouse. So I may be walking back this way. Another coyote went up in there somewhere. Good thing I'm noisy. So far I haven't spooked nothing because of all the noise I make. I guess with the coyotes, I'm in their space right now when the golf course is closed, so I'm the intruder today. Looks like I've met up with the maintenance shack, and I'm not sure if that's the clubhouse or what, but I think I will just turn around and come back the way I came. I'm going to follow this road as far as I can, though, which should take me to the north part of the golf course. And hopefully my coyote friends stay in the bush. I think by the time I get back to the car, it'll be around a 5-kilometer walk. So I had to go in for my 3-month follow-up blood tests yesterday. What was it, Thursday? Whatever. And All of my numbers are pretty much back to normal. Some are kind of at the high end of normal. And one for kidney disease or something with kind of just surpassed the maximum normal range. So I think this walking and losing some weight has definitely helped that. I guess now my next mission will just be get my eating in order. I think I need to get off the carb wagon, but I love carbs. Pasta and bread and all that stuff. Yum, 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 yum. But I guess isn't worth dying over. Mind you, I think there's magic pills for all that, so there's always that. Die at 75, but at least you enjoyed life. The path I came on is off to my left here. And this would be normally the cart trail, I guess. So I'm going to follow this back. It's slightly easier to walk on, only because it's wider and somebody's driven down here, but it's still kind of a stumbly path. They're not really maintaining them, so it leads me to believe they don't really want people walking through here. Golf courses seem like a colossal waste of land in the winter. The city public courses where they keep the trails clean or cart paths is great. And then you can still use it for walking, and people do a lot of cross-country skiing. But these private clubs just sit idle, and all this beautiful space here kind of unattainable. But they bought it and paid for it, so it's their land to do whatever they want with. Getting a little bit better pace along here because the path is wider. Certainly not going to get up to my 5 kilometers an hour, that's for sure. We'll shoot for that in the summer. As long as I'm getting the distance in my mind. Now back to a narrow trail through the trees. Paranoia is getting the best of me. I keep hearing things rustling, and it's just my hat. I do not recommend walking out here. Very ungroomed. Just on the trail by the river. This has nobody really has gone down here much. It is a trail that somebody started, so it's not too bad. And lots of stumbling. And of course today I decided not to wear my boots. More traipsing through a tree area. Still adjacent to the golf course, so. Have another earworm. The song Last Waltz by Engelbert Humperdinck is rolling through my brain. I think it came up on my YouTube music this morning, and now I can't get it out of my head. The wind at my back, I'm actually sweating a bit. It's all the extra stumbling, I guess. It's about to the end of the golf course. Thank goodness. Over there is where I entered the golf course. And I walked on that side of the hill all the way over to the clubhouse on the path that was over by the river. And came back this way and it was kind of tough slogging through this somewhat unused trail. And my gimbal is not liking the cold weather today. Kind of doing its own thing. The motors just seem to move slower, and then it seems to be tracking on something that I don't know what it's tracking on. Like right now it's looking at the trees to my right. Back on this Terwillegar trail again, outside of the golf course. Based on, there was a plastic fence taken down behind me, and I'm sure the front gate was closed. Basically indicators of keep out. And the amount of activity in there is minimal. So it was just people like me that maybe shouldn't have been in there. Plus right now it's coyote territory. And this gate too that I mentioned earlier might have been an indicator that this is not public access land. But isn't the law that if the gate is open, it's public domain? I'll rest my laurels on that, unless I get a ticket for trespassing. I think that was the law in California, that if your car door or your house door was unlocked and somebody broke in, they didn't really break in because it was unlocked. So it was an open invitation for them to invade your space. Another way we're giving criminals an easy out. California would be a nice place to live from a weather perspective, but that place is overtaxed and overregulated, and just nothing but a socialist environment there. And it's kind of ruining that state. It's almost the same with BC. Okay, I think my rest of my trip to the car is all uphill. I didn't come down this trail. I came down one off to my left there that was it kind of led down to the river. So I'm taking this one now, obviously. Viva la difference. I may have accidentally come onto private land. My apologies for trespassing. That's the theme for today, is trespassing. Take my hood off because it's getting too hot. This area of Terwillegar, I think, is a lot of old, like 1 acre houses around here. They're not the new ones until you get up the hill and around the bend. Good, there's room around this gate. I didn't feel like climbing over anything today. Back to the road, and now we're going to climb up the hill to my car. This is an example of one of these older homes that down here that kind of face the river, and I think they have maybe an acre of land. These are the more modern, fancier houses. Obviously, you can tell by looking at them. These houses don't have the age as the ones that are on that side of the road, which you can't see. I guess stacked boxes was the architectural choice for the area. Well, let's see what my gadget said I did today. Keep in mind it was tough slogging through the golf course. Interesting development today. Google actually said I walked further at 5.8 kilometers, and Runkeeper said 5.53, and my watch shorted me again at 4.78. So Google for the win today as far as the distance I'm going to say I went. 5.8 kilometers, and not a recommended place to walk right now, and I'm not sure they really want the public walking out there anyways, so not recommended. Until the next one.